Well, of course, they put Mark at the first of the day, and then they put me at the end of the day when I've already been crying. So just get with it, because we're all gonna share some emotions in a good way, in a really good way. And then I leaned over to Mark, and Ronnie, I just am so kind of envious of this first grandchild. Those of you that have already had a grandchild. Amazing. It's ridiculous how amazing it is. And those of you, it's okay, don't wait, don't rush it. It's okay. You're good. But I leaned over to Mark while Ronnie was talking, and I said, we're such losers. We do not watch our children full time, our grandchildren. See, what do you always say? Mercy and what? What is it? Justice. He's justice. I'm always sad. I'm like, and then he goes, you don't want all 37 of them all day long. And then I went, oh, you are so right. So right now, we have them often, and some of you have been to the Fun Cave, and that's over where Dot Dot Smile is being held until y'all sell it all, please. Because Mark and I need the Fun Cave back so we can have more fun together. And then, of course, Jordan and Nicole and their kids, and it's so fun for me to go, okay, let's see, how many grandkids do I have up in Wyoming right now? And, you know, they are up there just having the best time ever. And as I was writing down, what could I possibly share with any of you today? My mind reflected almost a year ago when we were in, I think it was Puerto Vallarta. I guess it was more than a year ago. And I looked around and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to gather retailers and see who I can get to meet me in St. George. And I should have just invited y'all, because y'all would have come. And I still can, but we got to find a place to sleep. And on my way driving with Julia, are you here? Oh, there you are. With Julia, and I see Robin. Is Holly here? I can't remember her name. Is Holly here? No, she left. Okay, I just want y'all to know that Holly is like ours for like the next 6 months. So we have to get busy, and we have to really implement ideas and share ideas. She's not the final decision maker, but boy, oh boy, can she bring some outside perspective. And it's always great to have outside perspective, right? So please, please continue getting excited when you see and hear from Holly. Back up when we were in Puerto Vallarta, and I had a drive up with Julia, and I had this thought in my mind, what could we share on videos? We haven't put them together, so don't y'all worry, nobody missed out on anything yet. Because it was such a new idea, I keep changing things, you know? DeAnne gave me the thing, be a starter, but be a finisher. So yes, I am going to start getting finished by the end of this year. So, with that being said, some of you that were in St. George just got that, oh crap, DeAnne's gonna, oh, I said the word. DeAnne's gonna ask me on stage. No, I'm not, I'm just gonna come down to you. And then you won't have to worry. I'll just come and ask you one question, and you get like literally 2 sentences. Got it? Whoever was there, and maybe I might surprise some of you who weren't in that with me. Hold on, Lizanne, I'll let you wait. I just saw her. Keisha, you get to be first. Look at her. She just twinched. She just flipped. Okay, wait, you gotta stand up because everybody's behind you. Okay, so I had this feeling that I felt important to share to the outside world. Why LuLaRoe? Every one of you know why did you start LuLaRoe? Why? You remember it as if it were yesterday. And I sat here listening to Dan's talk, and it just came so overwhelming of what do I have to share with you all? Guess what? You've already heard everything I have to say, but you have each other. And my mother, when she was dying, said to number 10th child and all of us, all of our brothers and sisters, I gave you each other. Those of you that have cousins, you may not have a sibling, but you have maybe cousins or BFFs, and you've got LuLaRoe. So, with that being said, good luck. You're gonna, thank you, Ronnie. Yeah, Ronnie, you started, it's crying. So, okay, so go ahead. Why?
So for me, I did LuLaRoe because it was comfortable. I had health issues. And I never wore leggings, like you guys heard at kickoff. I was a person that didn't feel worthy, unloved, just due to situations that was in my past. So when I started LuLaRoe, as health issues, it was comfortable for me. And because of it was comfortable for me, I decided to do it. If you guys don't know, I'm a physical therapist assistant too. I work full time, and it was something to get clothes extra. That was the beginning. Now, LuLaRoe has given me all of learning who I am. I always say that LuLaRoe gave me my life back, but LuLaRoe gave me the opportunity to know who I am, how worthy I am, and I get to tell other people that are feeling the same way. As women, sometimes you, like we were talking about, you have those bad days. You feel like you're not good enough or you're not doing enough for you and your family. So LuLaRoe gave me the opportunity to realize who I am. I'm so thankful to Mama and Papa, all the executive team, everybody that's in here that shows me love, that gives me love. I do LuLaRoe now because there's nothing else better to do.
Okay, I'm not going to hit all of those of you that were in St. George. And I might talk to just a couple of people that we haven't heard from in a very, very long time. Brittany Hunter, shimmy your body up here. And Kim Roylance, where are you? Shimmy your body up here. I'm getting you. They thought, get up here. Kim's like, what am I? I'm in trouble. She is in trouble. No, I'm kidding. Jessica Yakin, where are you? Oh, here. Here we go. Here we go.
So for me, LuLaRoe, often we talk about being, we're a mom, we're a wife, and often it's kind of looked down on to be selfish and think about yourself. And for me, LuLaRoe is a place that I can think about myself. And unapologetically, I will say I get to be selfish sometimes in the sense that I think about the things that fulfill me. Because if I can't be the best me, how can I be the best that they need? How can I be the best mom? How can I be the best wife? How can I be the best friend if I can't take care of myself first? And LuLaRoe for me has given me that I'm able to pour into other people, which fulfills me in so many different ways. And kind of having that opportunity, I get to take off and go on takeover tours and go to Disney and stay up late and have who was talking earlier, like we stayed up until 2 o'clock in the morning. It was Lauren. We stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning and had these late night conversations. If you've ever been to a retreat, you've probably stayed up really late at one of those and had great conversations with people, but we don't have sleepover parties with our friends, right? Like that's not something we normally do, but we have that opportunity in this community to feel that, to be young and to be kids and dance and laugh and act like nobody else is there. And we often lose sight of that, and this community has given us that, and in a way that we can feel comfortable. So LuLaRoe has allowed me to be me, but through me being able to be me, I'm able to be better for the people that are important to me. So it's okay to be selfish, and it's okay to do something for yourself. It's okay to reward yourself for something. It's okay to do something that's just for you. It's okay to buy those new Nikes just for you. It's okay to do something for yourself because you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. So.
Okay, how many guys do we have in here that do LuLaRoe? Even if you do it with your wife, your partnership. I see John, Brenda, yeah. Yes, Brenda. And, huh? Ray, yeah, okay. Ryan DeGearing, stand up. I promise you I'm going to be fast. Okay, so you've been in LuLaRoe a long time.
Yes, a very long time. And that's it.
I'm done hugging.
What would you- All right, so my friend Jamie took me on the very first LuLaRoe cruise ever. And I had kind of made fun of her for selling maxi skirts out of her car for a while. And went on this cruise. I came back, and my husband Randy, I told him all about it. And I was like, these people are so cool. I just really love them. And he's like, you don't like anybody. And I was like, I know. I was like, but there's something. I just love it. He's like, we should do it. And I was like, never. Like, no. Like, why would we ever? Like, we're not going to do that. Well, unbeknownst to me, a few weeks later, we get, I don't know, 10 boxes of skirts on our front porch. And I was like, oh, man. And I begrudgingly helped him load up stuff. He did pop-ups and started it all. And there was just something about it. And so the very first convention, actually on the plane there, in my mind, and we'd kind of talked about it a little bit, and I was like, let's just kind of be done with this. Like, we'll go say hi to people. We love it. We'll be done or whatever. Well, then they call him up, and they made a couple Randy tees because he had nothing to wear, and they were like, here's the new item, the Randy tee. And I was like, oh. Man, I was like, well, we can't quit now. And so funny enough is, starting off, it wasn't something that I was super excited about, but Randy actually found his passion in real estate. He opened a brokerage, and I was like, you know what, I kind of like this. Let's figure this out and make it work. And he still helps a lot, and I couldn't do it without him, but I love it. I love the community. I love the people. I love you. Oh, you guys are so nice. Yep. And some of the people that we've met through it too, Randy's mom, she has a great team. And there's someone here who has had a rough few months, and she made it. And we should all just clap real quick for Jan. we've made a lot of friends here. We all are going through something, and there's something about that we can come here and see people going through tough times, and it's nice that we can all be here for each other. That's why we're still here. We love it.
Happy anniversary. Come on.
I was
stand
really
up.
trying to avoid eye contact. Really there. So you're just asking like why we're still? I mean, I've listened to everybody else, but I actually like when Ronnie said it was like a God thing for her. For me, like I found. Oh, somebody was like, I'm having a maxi skirt party on Facebook, and I'm like, what? I want a maxi skirt, and I look it up, and it's a phone number, and I don't call anybody, like no one. I'm like, Rob, can you call? Mom, can you make this appointment for me? I don't call. And I called the phone number, and it was DeAnne. And then I hung up the phone, and I'm like, can we like wire our last $2,000 in the bank account to this lady in California? Rob's like, are you sure about this? But anyway. I think for me, like this business has just changed so much over, the last 11 years, and I have changed so much. My life has changed so much. I had 4 kids under 4 when I started this, and now they're almost all teenagers, and it's insane. And I spend literally 9 hours a day in the summer driving them all over the place, and I just think, what else could I possibly do, let alone love what I do on my own time and schedule? And I'm just so incredibly grateful that I can make it work and be the mom I want to be. That's like the most important thing to me, that I get to show up how I choose with them, and then, work can be secondary while still being super fulfilling and not like an afterthought. So for this season of my life, that is like my biggest gift and blessing from this business.
I love that. And honestly, some of you, and our kids are all raised, obviously, and but some of you are either in the phase that Lisa is in, or will be heading into the phase of taking your kids here and there and everywhere, and you'll find yourself maybe a little bit of angry or murmuring, that's what I call it, and frustrated that, oh my gosh, I just went back and got the homework, and now I have to go back to the school, and then I have to lunch money, and so forgot this, and they didn't do their project. But I will tell you, the most cherished time that I had with my kids was that breakfast rush, the chaotic, get in the car, if I have to say get in the car one more time, and watching them all get in and scoot over and quit touching me and all of that. And Michael, who was so mad at everybody, all the brothers wearing his socks, made him so nuts. One day I had to go get up. I just finally said, okay, just stay in the car, Michael. We're going to Target. And I think he was only like 6. And we opened up every package we could. And of course, I bought them all, because when you have as many kids as I do, and Lisa can relate, you're going to need those socks. But those times come. Anybody that's been in my stage, or empty nesters, can relate and understand. And if I can say anything to you, you are in a cherished time of your life. Whether it's hard, whether you have hard teenagers, whether you have hard kids, adolescents, and raising a family is hard. It is. I mean, honestly, having an animal is hard. You have to make sure that you have the right place for this wonderful, loved animal in your life to be while you're gone. And it's hard. But guess what? It isn't that hard if we make the switch and change it. Speaking of someone that has been through some difficult times, is Brittany Hunter, who is our very, very, very first incredible human being, who walks through, in my opinion, so many fields of fire. You do. And then you leap through the dandelions and puts it all over social media. I'm just so wonderful. And if you go on this hike and jump off this 55,000 trillion cliff, you're going to enjoy it. And I want to write back, no, and no, and no. But this is what she does to help her to become her best self. But why LuLaRoe?
Well, I love that you use the word become, because if you notice on my business page, it's all become. I changed my business name right before I was getting divorced, actually, to become. And I think back about, when did you guys incorporate? In 12 or 13? 13. So in 2012, when she was coming around, it was fitted. That's what they started out calling it, fitted. And I don't, and it just didn't connect. And I was like, I don't care what you do, I just want skirts and I'm gonna sell them, people want them. And then it became something a lot more deep and passionate as she embraced her family and created a brand. And Justin and creating that brand. And during that same time, there was somebody else creating the same business at the same time. And it kind of became a competition, but in a loving way. But I had many opportunities to jump ship. It gives me the chills because all those companies are gone. So I'm here because they're here. And I don't mind admiring someone like DeAnne as a mother and as a grandmother and as a business owner and as a woman who has fought her rear end off. When I met her, they had foreclosure notices on their doorstep. And I would show up at their house and just grab skirts, and they just have embraced my crazy. I've embraced their crazy, and my kids get to embrace my crazy. And they ask me, Mom, what's the best job in the world? I'm like, you're looking at it. I get to be a mom. I get to have the freedom to be your mom. They have seen me go through a lot. And I was talking with Amy today. I don't think we could have gone through and embraced the crazy change of the world without and being on top and feeling on top. I still feel on top because amidst all the crazy, like what we have is such freedom within ourselves to create whatever life we want if we choose to, but it is a choice. It's up to me, right? And I would say, Mark would probably know the number of this, but the amount that has been invested into me as a human through this company with leaderships and people that have come to speak to us and who did the retreats, the horse retreat. I mean, we were talking about that, the amount of money that has been invested if we chose to partake in all the leaderships and everything, I would say over $100,000 in me. That's what I'm gonna say, because that's freaking awesome. A company that's willing to invest in me, but that's also me choosing. And unfortunately, it has been probably a year and a half since I've been able to be at events because my kids come first. And they will always, and I'll do my best to show up for you guys. And thank you for welcoming me back and understanding, but just know, like, we all are here to support one another and where we're at in our lives. And LuLaRoe is still here, I will still be here, and my kids will be here when the time comes, because this is a legacy that I'm excited is gonna not end. So thank you, thank you.
Where's Kim? Just keep your seat warm. I'll be back. Just a minute. Tanner, where are you? Stand up. Stand up. Jessica, you're off the hook. Oh, she's like, okay, why? I know, we don't say why you left and why you came back, because we already had that example. Somebody that left and came back. But why do you do LuLaRoe? And you're really, I mean, he's like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And it's so, so wonderful to know that we've got, and we feel that way about each and every one of you, but you have quite a few kids and they're all little, and why are you still here?
Um, I think it's because I did quit. And I know what that feels like. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it. I think that's it, yeah. I know what that feels like. I don't know. No, yeah, that's it. I know what it feels like to quit, and it doesn't feel good. And I don't think I'm a quitter. And, yeah, that's literally it. I don't know how to expound on it. I'm usually a man of many words, but this is, yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay, I just asked Kenny, how much time do I have? He said, as long as I want, but I'm not. I promise. I won't keep you here all night long. Kenny didn't really say that. Look at him. He's going, Mom. Yeah. Oh, now you want to talk.
I consulted with my better half, and she has a better bookend on it. I know how that feels, and I don't want people to experience that. Same thing I feel. So, or felt, rather.
Yeah. Okay, after Kim, I want to hear from Kim Caldwell. And I know where she is. I seen her. Okay, so what I love, I'll talk after here. Okay, Kim, stand up. They need to see your beautiful face. Ryan's over here. Hallelujah, I'm done. She just asked me what. Hey, why LuLaRoe? Why are you still here? What has kept you here? And I know the answer, but
Well, first off, the reason I wasn't in here when DeAnne first called my name was because with LuLaRoe, I have built friendships that are so cherished to me. And one of my besties, Danielle, was leaving, so I had to say goodbye. So I'm sorry I wasn't right here, but she had to get home. So that's, for me, that's one of the things that LuLaRoe has truly made a difference, is having the people that are here. I mean, I look around and so many faces are so dear to me, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of the love that we can see within this group. And for those of you that may, and it's funny because even though I've been here this whole time, sometimes I also feel a little bit shy or I'm not in, and it's nice to be able to look around and say, yes, I do know people, and there are people I want to know, and things like that. My LuLaRoe journey was kind of like, a little bit like Lisa's, in that we were desperate. We had some businesses that, for some reasons, we lost everything, and I needed to get some money quick. And my daughter signed up for LuLaRoe because I told her she needed to, because I needed a maxi skirt. And then I went and did a party for her and came home with $300 and handed that to my husband. We were making $10 a skirt at that time, by the way. I did the party for her. I had $300 cash, and we desperately needed it. And I said, I'm going to do this. And for those of you that don't know, the first entire year of LuLaRoe, I did 2 in-home parties every single day and 4 on Saturdays because we needed it. And if you think about it, at the time we were carrying totes. Anyway, it was crazy. LuLaRoe gave me opportunities that I never dreamed were possible. And now, because of LuLaRoe, I have the opportunity to give back. And as many of you know, Doug and I spend about a third to half the year in Guatemala right now. And every bit of my commission check and every bit of anything I make on my sales goes back to Guatemala right now. We don't need it. LuLaRoe has set us for life because we made some decisions with it. But knowing that LuLaRoe is making a difference, we are working with not just a few people, but thousands of people And because of LuLaRoe, we are able to change their lives. So thank you, LuLaRoe.
Gosh. Okay, Kim, you're gonna wait a minute. Because
That's a tough one to follow, but thank you for continuing to bless other people. I got started because I was no longer willing to accept other people. What are you doing? Oh Lord. Hi. I was no longer willing to accept others prioritizing my family and my time, and particularly prioritizing my time as more important than time with my family. So that's why I started LuLaRoe, and I've been asked to go back to things multiple times. Have not. LuLaRoe will continue to be a priority because they allow me to prioritize my family as needed, as seen fit. And I know a lot of you can relate. I never, ever thought I would be working from home, homeschooling my kids. I was corporate for 15 years and loved every aspect of traveling the world, but I was also missing a lot. So now I have the choices of what I miss, when I miss, how I miss, and get to spend time with beautiful people like you. So.
okay, almost done, I promise you. Lindsay, where do you think you're going? Oh, okay. All right, here's Kim.
I think mine is a simple statement, but in being a simple statement, it has a huge impact. Mine is a journey with God. It's plain and simple. He directs my hand, He directs my life, and He directs the people that the clothing helps bring into my life. I've always said the clothing are a vehicle that brings us all together, but it's not what keeps us together. I was a nurse for 25 years. I was not finding fulfillment in that. I needed something different. And LuLaRoe came around a time that I kept thinking, I live in a small town. I live on a farm. I live in the middle of nowhere. Hence, you know that. But God kept showing me the way. And even when I would say no, He would say yes. And that's how I have continued my business. Every day I ask God for guidance. There's a lot of changes going on within LuLaRoe, as you all know. There's a lot of things that people are worried about. My prayer this morning was that I find guidance and I find reassurance. And then Mark spoke. And my heart is happy. And my heart is content. And there's nobody that does that but Him. I would help every one of you in this room with your sales. I would help every one of you become better people because it's not about me. It's not. The clothing have brought us all together. But I stood on the stage last night and I'm very proud of what I've accomplished. But I would share it with all of you if it meant happiness within your lives. And I get to face every single day with a contentment that I never had before. And I get to face every single day knowing that I'm going to make the world as good as I can in my little corner. I do it with my community of women, and I sure in the heck hope I do it with all of you. So, God bless you all.
Okay, hold on. We have 2 more real quick ones, and then I'll be done. I promise you. I promise you. You guys, I want him to continue talking and talking. I know she's right here. We have Stacy, and after Stacy is Lizanne, and then after that, I will wrap this up. Stand up. Stacy, you, the mother of so many children, and the most amazing husband. Where'd he go? Okay, he gets to. Okay, Stacy, why LuLaRoe and your story?
When I started LuLaRoe, I had 8 kids. My youngest was 11 months, and my oldest was 12. So the only thing I could do was to make money was to watch other people's kids. I had 8, and that's what I was doing to help. My husband is California Highway Patrol, so he provided for us, but he never had a day off. He worked every single day, took every single overtime shift he could to provide for our family. And I wanted to do something to relieve that stress and pressure on him. I don't know that we would still be married if it wasn't for LuLaRoe. I signed up as soon as I found out about it. I actually didn't have the clothes, didn't know about the clothes. My sister needed clothes. She's a little bit taller than me and about 70 pounds heavier than me, so it was hard for her to find modest clothes that she could wear and feel comfortable in. And so I actually referred her to someone that I knew sold LuLaRoe. And so I took her over there and asked some questions, and turns out I signed up and I had to beg Heath for the $6,000. I had to promise him that if we could get a credit card and I could pay him back in 15 months, we got 15 months, 0% interest. And if he could give me 15 months to pay back the $13,000 when I onboarded, I got as much as I could on that credit card. And in the first month, I sold $12,500. So I was able to pay him back a lot sooner than I was expecting, and he was on board with what I was doing, had faith in me, and that's why I'm still here. We've been able to do a lot with the blessing of LuLaRoe. They joke now that he never takes any overtime. He has more days off than anybody else at the office, and that has brought a lot of joy and relieved a lot of stress for our family because of LuLaRoe. Everything we do, we say, thank you, LuLaRoe. Anything we do with the kids, they know why I work and what LuLaRoe has done for our family. So thank you, LuLaRoe.
Okay, I guess I gotta go that way. Okay, all right. What? Anybody? Oh. Okay, Lizanne, before I wrap this up, here you go.
So I started LuLaRoe because I was lonely. So I have 3 sons, and I was the room mom, I was the team mom, I volunteered at school in their classroom, I taught Sunday school, I was the snack lady at church, just all of that. So I was always there for them. They were my top priority. Any extra money went to them. They all played travel sports. You know, you've got uniforms, you've got yearbooks, lunch money, all of that. So I bought all my clothes at Sam's because I was there like every day. But during that time, I kind of felt like I had lost myself a little bit. And then after each one of my boys graduated and left, when the first one left, he had 2 friends that practically lived at our house, and so they were gone. So that was 3 very important people that were suddenly, out of my life. I didn't see them anymore. I didn't see their parents anymore. And then the next one left, and his friends left, and then my baby left, and it was just like, okay, it's just me and Jim Beeson now. Things are great now. Back then, it was weird. It was just weird. And so I thought I was prepared for the empty nest. I actually had looked forward to that. I was not. I was not prepared for that at all. I mean, I thought my kids would leave. I didn't realize that I would lose this whole community at the same time, who were my support system, the school teachers, the other parents. I was not prepared for that. So all of a sudden, I went from this big, huge circle of friends to maybe about 2. And I'm like, this is just not fun. It just wasn't. And so I'd been buying leggings from Amy Perez. I don't know if y'all know who she is. She's in North Carolina. And this was 2016, maybe 2015. And then a girl in my community started selling it, and I met her, and I'm like, okay, you know, this would be a good way for me to meet local people, because that's who's going to shop with me. And what I found, and what I still find to this day, is, yeah, I'm friends with those. Some of them have turned into amazing friends, but the community that I found and that fills me is this group right here. So that's why I'm still here. It's been a little bit of a struggle for me this year. Y'all are why I'm still here. So I love LuLaRoe, and I love y'all.
Okay, those of you that are walking out the door. Okay, everybody, raise your right hand and say, I promise. Are y'all raising your hand? Okay. Even those of you that shared, I would like you to send and really, really, really time it, because Jason and Jake don't want to have to edit your video. But I would like you to send Jason, how long is 2 minutes too long video? He says it's good. It's good. Okay, a 2-minute video. I want a video of you sharing with me your story. Why you're here. Not your story, but why you're here. Or more importantly, why did you choose LuLaRoe? And I love that. I love it, because guess what? You haven't all heard from each other, right? It's been a long time since you've really gone, oh, wonder what her story is. Wonder what her story is. Or his story, or their story, or whatever it may be. They say the most successful books are written about, and they're told in story. And as you know, DeAnne stood up here and shared story after story. I took notes. I've heard his story many times before. I have huge respect for DeAnne McCormick and anyone else who has ever done businesses that have helped you to grow and become your better self. For me, I knew DeAnne. Mark and I knew DeAnne. Mark knew DeAnne a long time before I even knew Mark. So that was a really awesome thing. And it was very emotional for me to have him share about his upline who didn't make it in an airplane. And he was the pilot. And it's just so short and precious. What I'm getting at is that right now, and I've said it to you a lot, I'm sorry. I can't help but keep thinking about all of the women and families who are on their knees or praying or in a car that doesn't have any gas in it, and they don't know how they're going to get from point A to B to take their kids to this amazing soccer tournament that their child has just really worked hard for, and you have to tell them there's no money. There's no money for gas. I will tell you, if we don't turn the corner of the best things of why we started LuLaRoe and sharing it, we're missing out on opportunities to serve. And you've heard Mark and I say, the more you give, the more you get. If it is to be, it's up to me. Service is the price I pay for the space I occupy. It is so important for every single one of us who are placed on this earth to take charge and really care about somebody else. Take a moment. You don't know why they're having a bad day. You don't know why so-and-so isn't at practice or wherever, but you can make their life just a little bit better. And yeah, we're still a legging company, guys. We have how many pairs of leggings do we have, Mark, in the warehouse? Like years. I'm not telling you. Listen. You can't have all the things you want, but we're working on those. Okay. So I want to say, I loved when he ended. Dan said, "Aren't we blessed?" If each one of you can sit and say to yourself, darn it, gosh darn, I am so blessed. I'm here. I made it. It was difficult and I made it and I am still here. Then how can you think, who else can I bless? And it's scary. So scary. Some of you saw my friend Marion, who's now Julia's friend. We're sharing, and Robin's friend. And we met her coming out of our office building, and she was wearing sparkly shoes. So, of course, I thought, well, I'm just going to compliment her on her shoes. And she went from walking this way to, yeah, don't you love them? I mean, it was just such a perfect time. Is Marion here? No. Okay, she had to go home. She had to go do work. What I'm getting at is I am becoming even more blessed by the people that I strike up a conversation with. Whether it's someone at the gas station or someone in the grocery store or someone wherever they're at, if I can just give them one, like a turnip on their lips to smile, to give them a better day, then I've made my special second. And that's not about me, but I made them smile a little bit. And you've heard me say, if you don't trust me, go to the mall, because it's really hot right now, so don't walk outside. And go in the mall and find the busiest time of the day and walk and put a smile on your face like, oh my gosh, I've just won $1 million. And a lot of you have. We saw it last night. So you ought to all be smiling, because this business, you saw it all. And Arnie, the gentleman that walked first in the fashion show last night, Julie was telling me, sorry, Julia, I would have you tell the story, but you're way back there. But if I say it wrong, we'll re-record it. He wanted, he said to Julia, and we'd met him through a couple of other contacts through Marion. And Marion is very connected in the Spanish-speaking groups that are here in Southern California, and then some. And she's been introducing us. She is very busy in another business that she's been involved in for 13 years. But she came here last night and today to support us. And I just adore her. And she wants everybody else that's not in her business to know about LuLaRoe. I mean, she wants her people that are in her business to know about LuLaRoe, but even more so outside. And you know what? We are here to link arms, and we're going to make this business so much better than ever, that it's ever been right now, starting today. Because I always think, January and Vision, I feel like I start a new year. So seriously, on Friday, it's my new year. New beginnings, new exciting things. On Wednesday of next week, a week from today, we're planning all of spring 2025. You ought to be getting ready. I mean, there's just so many exciting things. We are already planting those seeds. We're not letting those seeds die. There's no seeds to be died. Is that how you say it? I didn't say it wrong. I mean, I said it wrong. Okay, those seeds are not dying, whatever the end of it is. But honestly, We are here, Mark and I. Kenny, where are you? Come on up here. Stand right here. Well, if you want to get up here, you can. No, I'm up here. No, you stay there. Christian, get over here. Come on. Robin, come up here. Just come and be with me right here so they can see you. There's not a rule here. Gal. Okay, just so y'all know, I want to reassure you, this business is your business. We wake up and go to sleep thinking and believing and saying our affirmations. And we are and am here to serve each and every one of you while you serve your customers. And by darn, please know, we love you. We've got your back. And here it is. This whole huge buffet is wide open for you and for the taking. And all we are here is cheering you on. Honestly, we should have got pom-poms. Wouldn't that have been good? We could have ended this. Okay. All right. With that being said, Kenny, take it away. Oh, Kenny can't take it away because I'm giving away something. Fruit Loops, right there, over there. Okay. Every one of you, wait, Kenny, do you want to do like, they know what the rest of the night is and everything? Oh, Christians, okay. Before you leave, and y'all don't be upset if you don't get the right size, just be grateful. It's a free 99, free. Take your larger size, gift it to somebody else. Take the one you got that you're ordering and give it to yourself. Got it? That's how it works. Okay, every single one of you are getting a new Lynn. Who wants a Lynn? Okay, now, it is a perfect time for the Lynn because you know y'all are into pickleball, okay? Right? Kelly fought and Troy. They keep trying to get us to play pickleball, and I want to, but not really. I got you. I want you. You know all the reasons, okay? So it is a great time. And if anything, we still have like a few more months of wonderful time. But hey, you have all been asking, and Mark's like, well, here we are. Where they are here ready for you, and just know if they could have been here earlier, they would have been. Got it? So we're so excited. Who's so excited? Yes. Okay, Christian, take it away. I love you all so much. And you better sell so much tonight because we have so many things for you. Bye.
Big round of applause for DeAnne.